peke peke ka ke aloha. Awanan kalawai a I ka moana, e huhulia nei nei o kai honu. Pakele hoki a kahi kole makona ula, e mea pili ka pete pete ka ke aloha. Awanan kalawai a I ka moana, e huhulia nei nei o kai honu. Pakele hoki a kahi kole makona ula, e mea pili ka peke peke ka ke aloha. I ka opio I kau I kui ka nani, I mua kui mamai ho o ka paliri uwai. A alele aku me ka nai puno no he, e mea pili ka pete pete ka he aloha. I ka opio I kau I kui ka nani, I mua kui mamai ho o ka paliri uwai. A alele aku me ka nai puno no he, e mea pili ka peke peke ka he aloha. Haina I ka puana I lohe ia, I ki roto I makauna na ka iwi. Hoi no le na e keia o le laonui, e mea pili ka peke peke ka he aloha. Haina I ka puana I lohe ia, I ki roto I makauna na ka iwi. Hoi no le na e keia o le laonui, e mea pili ka peke peke ka ke aloha. E mea pili ka peke peke ka ke aloha.
In the mid-1840s, a widowed woman crossed the Oregon Trail and made her way to the Tualatin Plains and what would become Forest Grove. She didn't have much when she arrived, but she saw in her community a great need. Children here had been orphaned along the trail, and others were left behind as their parents sought financial stability through the California and Alaska gold rushes. She dreamed of creating a school and a home to receive all the children, rich and poor. With the help of congregational leaders in her new community, she created the Oregon Orphans Asylum and School, and on September 26, 1849, the Oregon Territorial Legislature, in its first act of governance, approved a charter for that school to become Tualatin Academy and later Pacific University. That woman was Tabitha Moffett Brown, my 4 times great-grandmother. I'm Tabitha Becker, and I'm incredibly proud not only to be her namesake, but also a 1984 alumna of the amazing institution she created. 175 years after its original charter, Pacific University carries forward Grandma Brown's legacy, a legacy of education, of care, of belonging and purpose. While I am unable to join you in person this evening, it is my privilege to welcome you to this 175th anniversary celebration and to introduce the 18th president of Pacific, Dr. Jenny Coyle. A former Pacific University faculty member and dean, Dr. Coyle is also a former Pacific parent and a 3-time graduate of Pacific. She has dedicated the majority of her career to carrying on the legacy of my 4 times great-grandmother, and today she is leading Pacific into a new era, one that will carry that legacy forward into the next 175 years. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Jenny Coyle as we celebrate 175 years of Pacific University.
This is amazing. Good evening, Boxers. And welcome to our celebration of 175 years of purpose at Pacific University. I'm so thrilled to share this momentous occasion with all of you. And my thanks to Tabitha Becker for that introduction, and to Tabitha Brown for the selfless care and dedicated imagination that set the foundation for where we are today. As we celebrate this milestone anniversary, we are celebrating so much more than the passage of time. We are celebrating the mission, the vision, and the spirit of service that drove Grandma Brown to recognize the needs of her time, to take action, and to uplift her community. And we're celebrating all the ways that spirit lives on at Pacific University today. Thank you so much to our Pacific students who opened this evening with the blowing of the poo, a tradition in the Hawaiian culture meant to symbolize the call to the divine at the beginning of ceremonial events, as well as to our members of Nahamana o Hawaii, one of our oldest and largest student organizations who shared that beautiful opening dance. We would be remiss this evening if we didn't recognize that our history actually predates the pioneer community that built its home on the Tualatin Plains. Our Pacific campuses in Forest Grove and Hillsborough, as well as this beautiful facility in which we gathered tonight, sit on the ancestral lands of the Opfolity Band of the Kalapuya people, who are now part of the Confederated Tribes of the Grand Ronde. We give thanks to the ancestors who cared for this land from time immemorial. And we celebrate all the descendants, the Kalapuya, the Confederated Tribes of the Grand Ronde, the many other indigenous peoples of the Pacific Northwest, and those of Hawaii who carry forward their traditions and values. Just as Tabitha Brown sought to create a home and education for all the children of her community, Pacific today strives to be a home where everyone belongs, where everyone finds a sense of family, of support, and of opportunity. Pacific today is one of the most diverse private universities in our region. While the majority of our students come from Oregon, Hawaii, California, and Washington, they represent experiences and perspectives from every conceivable background and culture. 61% of our students identify as non-white, and almost a fifth identify as Latino or Hispanic, the fast and growing segment of our student body. A third are like me and were the first in their families to attend college, and a third come from lower income households. Represented by our legendary mascot boxer, our Pacific community is a place where we celebrate each member of our community, both for who they are and who they will become. Where we are part of something bigger, a desire to think, care, create, and pursue justice, to uplift our communities with our talents, our skills, and our knowledge. The Boxer family isn't limited to our students or our alumni either. It includes everyone in this room. In fact, I'd like to invite you to join me in a little audience participation activity. I'm even going to get out my phone here and take some photos of this amazing crowd of Boxers. So take a second to put on those scarves that you all received tonight. Oh, now I can actually see you. I want to acknowledge how grateful we are to be joined tonight by many of our Pacific University trustees, local elected officials, and community leaders. There are actually too many here to name, but we so appreciate your support of Pacific University. I'd like all of our trustees and elected officials and community leaders just to stand for a quick moment to be recognized. Thank you. Everyone here tonight is part of the legacy of Pacific. So when I call out a group that you're a part of or an experience you have had, I'd love it if you would clap. That was good practice. Or if you're comfortable, even shout out a Go Boxers cheer. Now, I know our Pacific folks can be a little quiet, so I'd like to invite the Pacific University Spirit Squad to help us get loud. Woo! Are you ready? All right. Can I hear from all of the current Pacific students here tonight? Go Boxers! How about our faculty and staff, current and present? Woo, go Boxers! And our trustees? Woo, go Boxers! You're a little quiet down here in the front row. Our trustees? Woo! Now, where are all of my fellow Pacific alumni? Woo! Give a shout out if you are the parent or family member of a Pacific student or alumnus or of an early learning community student. Woo! Has anyone here attended music in May or another camp, conference, or continuing education event at Pacific? Let's hear from anyone who has served as a preceptor, mentor, supervisor, or employer of a Pacific student or alumni. Go Boxers! Whose organization has partnered with Pacific on any sort of community initiative? All right. How about anyone who's ever had a Pacific alumnus teach or coach you or a child in your family? Woo! Go Boxers! And who here has visited a Pacific clinic or received health care for yourself or a loved one from a Pacific-trained audiologist, occupational therapist, physical therapist, physician associate, pharmacist, speech-language pathologist, optometrist, or social worker? Thank you so much for sharing your Pacific connection. I can't tell you how proud I am to see every day the impact that Pacific University has on so many people, and what an incredible legacy that Grandma Brown created 175 years ago. Tonight is about celebrating that legacy with others. So I want to get a picture of this amazing group of boxers. So I want you to show off your scarves for me. We have to turn the lights up just a little bit. All right, be proud. Oh, we gotta do the Oscars. Okay, I'm gonna ignore my teacher instinct and invite you to get your phones out now too. There are some hashtags posted on the backs of the chairs in front of you. And if you're willing, I'd invite you to post on your favorite social media the Pacific connection that you just cheered. And throughout this evening, as you hear something that inspires you, that resonates with your life, or that teaches you something new about the Pacific community, I'd encourage you to share that too. Together, let's show the world what boxer spirit means.
Boxer spirit.
Boxer spirit. Boxer spirit means connecting with the community around you.
I think boxer spirit is just supporting each other.
Boxer spirit is putting others before you and uplifting others.
I really like the idea of being able to care for patients.
The Las Vegas Raiders reached out to me and offered me a position as an athletic trainer.
I chose social work because I really wanted to be a part of other people's stories and really be a witness to their experience and their strengths and their determination.
I wanted to become a teacher because when I was in high school, I had a lot of good teachers that really encouraged me to find what I was passionate about, and I wanted to pass that along.
I always wanted to do a career that felt like it was meaningful and impactful, to know that every day I get to work doing something that maybe is making a little bit of an impact for someone else.
My senior capstone was on the mathematics of facial recognition.
Philosophy and data science intersect in ways as technology is progressing. The question of what is ethical uses of technology, especially AI and data mining, the ethics of the potentially moral decisions that you are programming a machine to make.
I'm here at the happiest place on earth. No, not Disneyland, the Murdoch Undergraduate Research Conference.
We made a robot that can solve Rubik's Cubes. Rubik's Cubes are like a pinnacle of human intelligence. It's a pretty cool feat to be able to train an artificial intelligence to do it.
Cattle are the #1 agricultural source of greenhouse gas emissions. I have been interning at this place called Blue Ocean Barns. We're able to reduce methane emissions up to 99% in cattle.
One of the most important things for art and for our humanity is community. That, I think, is what Pacific has really given me and others here, is a sense of community that allows for art to grow, that allows for the spirit and the mind to grow.
I did VFX and post-production for Pinocchio.
I work at the Portland Opera as the Ensemble Leaders Fellow.
This is my favorite piece that I made. It's called The Flooded Playground.
That song is about how an artist, when they're creating art, they get this feeling of almost getting lost in it. I wanted that to be the theme of my recital. After my recital, I'm able to step back now and enjoy all the process that I made and all the hard work that I have gone through over the last 4 years.
I've always felt so accepted here. This is where I found my family. Being here and experiencing everything Pacific has to offer has really grown my mindset and caused me to change how I see things in the world.
Having Boxer spirit means being supportive of the peers around you in your community.
It makes you feel like you're wanted here, and everybody's welcoming. And I think that's special.
Hi, I'm Kristen Barton.
And I'm Tate Kuchenbrod. It's so incredible to be here tonight to help celebrate 175 years of Pacific University.
As seniors, we've only been here for 4 years, but it's amazing to know how long Pacific has been supporting students like us and to think about all the future students who will have the same opportunities we have. I came to Pacific from the Bay Area in California. I didn't know what I wanted to be involved in when I started, but at Pacific, I found so many opportunities to grow and get involved. I've been a part of the Undergraduate Student Senate, the Association of Latinx and Ally Students, and the Women's Weightlifting Club on campus. I've also been an orientation leader, welcoming other students to Pacific. I feel like I'm a completely different person because of all the confidence I've gained at Pacific.
I came to Pacific from Montana. I first chose Pacific to play soccer, and I've been a team captain since my sophomore year. I also got an orchestra scholarship that made it possible for me to attend Pacific. Over the past 4 years, I've been really involved in soccer, in the Pacific Philharmonic Orchestra, and in private music lessons. I've made so many friends and connections through all of these experiences.
Of course, we go to classes too. I'm a sports leadership and management major, and I'm minoring in sports communication and Spanish. Even though I'm not a varsity athlete, I got to do my field experience with Boxer Athletics, which was an amazing experience. I want to go into work in collegiate athletics, and I've been able to build connections that will help me into my future.
And while I love music, I'm actually a physics major. I have an internship with Energy Trust of Oregon, and I've been able to actually work on decarbonization plans and energy plans here at Pacific that are giving me experience for my career and might even help the university save some money and energy. I think that's one of the things that's so special about Pacific. I'm not just preparing for my career, I'm already doing work that can help make a difference right here in our community. And I get to do all the other things I love, soccer and music, at the same time.
I've really fallen in love with Pacific because of the way I felt so embraced and supported by the community here. And I'm proud to get to show people what I'm capable of doing because of all that support.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jasmine Schaefer, and like Kristen and Tate, I am a Pacific University student. However, my experience is a little bit different. Originally, my eyes were set on pharmacy school, but my academic journey took me down a different path. I earned my undergraduate degree in general science and my first master's degree in biomedical engineering at other universities here in Oregon. Eventually, I started my career in biotech. The skills and principles I learned always brought me back to how I could apply them to pharmacy, so I decided to apply to my #1 choice in pharmacy schools, Pacific University. Today, I'm in my second year of Pacific's PharmD program and in my first year of Pacific's MBA program. Like myself, a little over half of Pacific students are graduate students. We come to Pacific with specific careers in mind. Pacific doesn't just give us technical skills and experiences in our chosen profession, it also gives us the opportunity to enter into our communities right away and start making a difference. As a current policy vice president for the American Pharmacists Association student chapter, I hosted a voter registration drive to stress the importance of advocacy and policies that will have an impact on things like patient care, govern resource allocation, and address public health issues, just to name a few. In partnership with the Oregon State Pharmacists Association, Pacific students have been invited to visit the Capitol, where we will be able to meet with legislators to voice our opinions and supports on bills currently being presented in this legislative season. I also have been able to work with Pacific students and staff in the Center of Gender Equity and Student Counseling Center to promote reproductive justice initiatives and bring attention to substance use disorder and suicide prevention. As healthcare providers and educators, Pacific students are poised to become the boots on the ground, taking care of our communities and advocating for our patients. What I love about Pacific is that responsibility is built right into our curriculum. This has been Pacific's mission for 175 years. It's what drew me to Pacific to begin with, and it's why I'm proud to be a Pacific student and a future alumna.
My name is Travis Ryman. I'm superintendent of the Hillsborough School District, and I'm a 2004 graduate of Pacific University. The majority of Pacific University's over 34,000 alumni are healthcare and education professionals. We in the Hillsborough School District are proud to be among the top 10 employers of Pacific University alumni. I'm biased. I think our teachers do the most important work in the world. They inspire and unlock the talents of our students. We look forward to hosting student teachers and student counselors from Pacific University so they can develop relationships with our schools, with our families, with our students, with our staff, and then we're sure to scoop them up upon graduation. Each year, as part of our Career Pathways programs in the Hillsborough School District, Pacific University hosts Health Career Days. Students get exposure to programs like athletic training, optometry, and social work during their visits to industry partners and Pacific University. Pacific University hosts the Synapse Health Careers Exploration Summer Camp in June for our students. It's a hands-on summer experience where our students get to work side by side with industry professionals and professors. They get to explore innovative medicine techniques, and they get to learn about health careers in a way that they otherwise would not have had exposure to. I think Pacific University's mission is more important than ever. In a world dominated by artificial intelligence and an overwhelming amount of information and disinformation, I think caring, creativity, and critical thinking are more crucial than at any other time. I think if we're going to understand how to care for our world and care for each other, we need to center caring, creative thinking, and creativity in a way that we've never seen before. We are proud to celebrate Pacific University's 175th anniversary of helping students discover their purpose.
Good evening and happy anniversary, Boxers. I'm Eddie Carrillo, and I'm a 2015 graduate of Pacific's Forest Grove undergraduate programs and a 2017 graduate of Pacific's clinical psychology program. I came to Pacific because I wanted to be able to help others. I had the hopes of being able to make a positive impact on the lives of teens and their families in my community. Like most entering college, I had a dream, but not a lot of direction. And thankfully, Pacific gave me that direction through the love and support of my family, friends, professors, coaches, and all other staff. Pacific has led me to a life of serving and caring for others, and I will forever be grateful for Pacific. And today I get to continue this work of helping others as a licensed mental health specialist for Sherwood High School and as an adjunct faculty for the same graduate program that I graduated from. I feel so lucky to be able to do this work. There are more than 34,000 of us Pacific alumni living in every state in the US and in 50 countries around the world. Most of us are right here in Oregon, largely in the Portland area. And wherever Boxers are, they're making a difference. There are people like former US Congressman Les Aucoin, Pacific class of 1969, who served 9 terms as US representatives, working for environmental protection, Native American sovereignty, and human rights. Like former Forest Grove Mayor Pete Truax, Oregon State Representative Anderson, and Oregon State Senator Winsve Campos, who serve their communities and uplift their neighbors' voices in our local governments. Like Martha Mendez Bolianos, class of 2021 and Education 2022, teaching English learning students in the same Hillsborough school she attended as a migrant student. And there are alumni like many of you who dedicate your lives to uplifting your communities through education and healthcare, in business and nonprofit organizations, through your volunteer work, your places of worship, and your families. I'm so proud of the impact our Pacific alumni make, and I'm proud to be part of this Pacific family. Thank you, and go Boxers.
My name is Dr. Joseph Ichter. I'm the Regional Senior Director for Community Health Investment with Providence Health and Services, Oregon. Providence is not only the largest employer of Pacific University alumni, but it's also a proud partner of Pacific's mission to educate the next generation of healthcare providers. We are proud to celebrate Pacific University's 175 years of helping students discover their purpose. We have 2 programs. We have the Smile Care Everywhere program and then our vision plan that we work with students on. In 2024, we had 39 dental hygiene and 31 dental therapy clinics provided through Providence Support and Pacific University's Manpower. The IVAN program, some of the 2024 highlights, we had 28 clinics. We had about 200 patients served in that. In order for us to realize the community health improvement that we want to make, we have to partner with people like the Pacific University staff to say how we are going to get into communities to serve them. There's no way that we could do this without Pacific University's assistance. Pacific University has done an amazing job training individuals who are culturally competent and come from the communities that they're serving. There's absolutely no way that we could do that alone. And so the fact that you're creating a workforce and giving them experience within the communities that they're going to be serving is something that we just can't replicate within Providence's four walls. The outreach that you do, the partnerships that have been developed, the way that Pacific University delivers care within the VAN programs is part and parcel to how we create health equity in our communities.
The rooftops, that's who we are. At Pacific, education quite literally changes lives. It changed my life. It changes the lives of our students who transform their families, economic status, and pursue careers and passions they've only dreamed of. And it changes lives of all of the people those students go on to serve. But still, we are facing an uphill battle at Pacific, in higher education, and in our country. Because of changing birth rates over the past 2 decades, there are fewer students graduating from high school every year. We'll see a 15% drop in the number of 18-year-olds in our country in the next 4 years, and more concerning, fewer of those young people who do graduate from high school are choosing to attend college. There is an alarming public narrative that says education doesn't matter, that college isn't worth the investment. We know this isn't true. You heard the stories tonight. Students who earn a bachelor's degree average at least $1 million more in their lifetime earnings than those with a high school diploma alone. A college education advances students' social mobility, both for themselves and their families and generations to come. Oregon's 12 private colleges, Pacific included, contribute $3.5 billion to the state's economy each year, and the jobs we support, the earnings of our alumni, and the spending of the students and visitors who come to our campuses from out of state. More though, our communities need educated people. We need teachers and mental health professionals and healthcare providers, researchers who fight cancer and poverty and international strife, innovators who create new technology, critical thinkers who are engaged voters, leaders, and problem solvers. And as we celebrate our 175th anniversary at Pacific University, we are focused not just on marking our past, but on imagining our future and how we will serve the next 8 generations of students, alumni, and communities. First and foremost, we have to eliminate the barriers that stand in our students' way. Higher education is expensive. The same inflated costs that hit each of our home budgets also increase the cost to provide housing and food and electricity on our campuses. It makes it more expensive to recruit and retain the best faculty and support staff. But passing those costs on to students makes it even harder for them to access an education. At Pacific, we dedicate 1/3 of our budget to offsetting the cost of tuition, to ensure that, as Grandma Brown dreamed, all young people find opportunity here. It's not enough. We need philanthropic support for scholarships to help students make ends meet, and we need policies that make higher education as a whole more sustainable for students across our country. We also have to eliminate the false narrative that college isn't worth it by proving every day that our students' investment in their education will pay off for them and for our communities. A year ago, we launched the Pacific Priority Program, which includes a 4-year graduation guarantee for incoming high school seniors and a 2-year graduation guarantee for transfer students. We assure that students can, in fact, graduate on time and move on to the next step in their studies or plans as in their career. Pacific Priority also includes guaranteed graduate school admission for several of our graduate programs. Right out of high school or community college, students can apply for both undergraduate and graduate school at Pacific at the same time. And if they follow the outlined steps and fulfill their part of the bargain, we will save them a seat in the graduate school of their choice. We know that students who complete a bachelor's degree at Pacific are well prepared for graduate school. So why shouldn't they know that their bachelor's degree will get them where they want to go? Pacific Priority removes the uncertainty so students can trust that their education will pay off. And as we look to the future, we'll keep updating and modernizing our student pathways so we can be nimble in meeting the evolving needs of our students, families, and communities. Finally, we have to continue innovating the college experience and education to meet the demands of the changing world. That's something Pacific has done throughout our 175-year history. In Grandma Brown's day, it meant expanding the orphan school into a secondary school and then a college. In the mid-20th century, when the world wars took our student population down to almost nothing, it meant bouncing back by acquiring an optometry school and launching our first professional and graduate programs. 20 years ago, our leaders had the foresight to establish our Hillsborough campus, which diversified Pacific's offerings and served the needs of the aging baby boomer generation. And coming out of the pandemic, we adapted to offer more part-time and online programs for students and innovative options, like a resident teacher licensure program to meet our local schools' demands for fast licensure of emergency teachers. We were the first school in Oregon to offer degrees in teaching, in optometry, in occupational therapy, and in physical therapy. Today, we are the #1 private research university in the Northwest and the second largest preparer of healthcare providers in Oregon. Woo, yes, all of that. Our students are discovering ways to reduce greenhouse gas emissions in cattle. They're studying treatments for flesh-eating parasites like leishmania. They're creating new technologies to protect the elderly and vulnerable from fraud. And that spirit of innovation continues at Pacific as we look to new ways to anticipate the needs of tomorrow. Through biomedical engineering programs, so our graduates don't have to go to one of the other schools in Oregon. Through more career-focused pathways. Through new models of learning, like apprenticeships for teachers and healthcare providers and future leaders. We will carry forward Pacific's legacy into the next 175 years, and we hope that each of you will be a part of it. There are so many ways that you can help Grandma Brown's dream as we move forward. Be a mentor of Pacific students. Our education and healthcare programs desperately need preceptors and mentor teachers who will give our students the hands-on training they need to become future professionals. Consider Pacific students and alumni in your hiring or internship opportunities. I assure you they are some of the best hires and the best people you will ever hire. All right, make a gift to support scholarships at Pacific. Woo! Our annual fundraising event, Boxer Giving Day, is coming up February 25th and 26th. You can put that in your calendars right now. And your charitable contributions are critical to ensuring that a Pacific education is affordable and accessible for every student in our community. And mostly, be champions of Pacific University and of higher education. Wear your Pacific gear, wear your scarves, talk about your Pacific experience and share your stories. Let people know you believe in the power of an education and the power of a Pacific education. It's the power of belonging and purpose that will empower us together to uplift our communities for generations to come. Thank you. They're amazing. All of you are amazing. Thank you. Thank you all once again for joining us this evening and being a part of this historic 175th anniversary celebration. I invite you now to join us in the lobby for our dessert reception and an opportunity to connect with each other over your own Pacific stories. Our historic boxer mascot will also be out there for photos, so grab a selfie, don't grab boxer, with this amazing piece of history, and be sure to share your photos and thoughts from this evening. Thank you all. Good night. And as always, go Boxers!